So I'm just trying to figure out what to do because I made a new album of songs for babies, and there's some babies. Yeah, me too. But there's some baby friends in the back. But I don't want to play the baby songs until they're here to listen to them. So I'll start with some other stuff. The Polaroid down in my room. I'm pretty sure you have a new girlfriend. It's not as if I don't like you. It just makes me sad whenever I see it. 'Cause I like to be gone most of the time, and you like to be home most of the time. If I stay in one place, I lose my mind. I'm a impossible lady to be with. Joey never met a bike that he didn't want to ride, and I never met a Toby that I didn't like. Scotty liked all of the books that I recommended. Even if he didn't, I wouldn't be offended. To drive to Madison to deliver a painting. For some silly reason I took a wrong turn and ended up in Michigan. Paul Bear rode me to the giant tire sign, gave me a push, and he started singing. I sang along while I was swinging. The sound of our voices made us forget everything that had ever hurt our feelings. Joey never met a bike that he didn't want to ride, and I never met a Toby that I didn't like. Scotty liked all of the books that I recommended. Even if he didn't, I wouldn't be offended. This is Sadie. Hi, Sadie. For less than 24 hours, that's hardly time to take a shower. Hug my family and take your picture off the wall. Check my email, write a song, and make a few phone calls before it's time to leave again. I've got one hand on the steering wheel, one waving out the window. If I'm a spinster for the rest of my life, my arms will keep me warm on cold and lonely nights. Joey never met a bike that he didn't want to ride, and I never met a Toby that I didn't like. Scotty liked all of the books that I recommended. Even if he didn't, I wouldn't be offended. Some songs from the album for babies. How does it go?
Hey, Sadie.
Little monster babies destroying my town. I built it out of blocks and they knocked it down. Build it back up, they knock it back down. Little monster babies destroying my town. La 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 la. Little monster babies destroying my town. Sleepy little monsters wanna lie down. They're getting very grumpy and they're starting to frown. So hush everybody, don't make a sound. Sleepy little monsters wanna lie hamsters gonna lie down. Okay. So Sadie's my friend from Seattle, and in Seattle we also have a friend, a baby friend named Olympia, and Sadie calls Olympia Baby O, and this is a song called Bobby O, and I guess she really likes it because Bobby O sounds like Baby O. Baby O? Okay. Bobby O, skinny younger brother of Fabio, rode his horse down to Mexico. Oh, Bobby O. His horse's name was Rambo, but Rambo was really slow. He didn't go. Oh, Bobby O. He got a job in a hotel in Mexico, teaching water aerobics in a sombrero. All the old ladies sure thought he was a pro, doing jumping jacks in his pink Speedo. Oh, Bobby O. He did something naughty, what it was we'll never know, but the hotel owner said, man, you gotta go. Take your bathing suit and don't forget Rambo. Oh, Bobby O. Bobby O, Bobby O, skinny younger brother of Fabio, rode his horse down to Mexico. Oh, Bobby O, oh, Bobby O, oh, 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 no jumping. That's Panda. That's my baby. Okay, so we have to clap for this one. Like this. Pee-pee in the potty, pee-pee in the potty. Starts as milk from mommy, then that goes through your body. Then you make a pee-pee, pee-pee in the potty, pee-pee in the potty, pee-pee in the potty. Starts as milk from mommy, then that goes through your body. Then you make a pee-pee, pee-pee in the potty. He's my manager. There's 7 hungry tigers in my underwear drawer. At least the last time I counted, but I know there are probably more. I don't care if they stay there as long as they don't poop on the floor. There's 7 hungry tigers in my underwear drawer. There's a snaggletooth toenail on the inside of my sock. It bites a hole in the toe of my sock. When I walk, then my toe goes through the hole, and it hurts, and that sucks. There's a snaggletooth toenail on the inside of my sock. There's a big strawberry on the way to my mouth. Enters up north, exits down south. Smells good going in and bad coming out. There's a big strawberry on the way to my mouth. There's 7 hungry tigers in my underwear drawer. At least the last time I counted, but I know there are probably more. I don't care if they stay there as long as I don't poop on the floor. There's 7 hungry tigers in my underwear drawer. No jumping.
Stay with us. Stay with us. It's okay. As long as she doesn't jump. And I can pretty much, we won't let her jump.
So I wrote this one for Panda. I think you'd be able to tell. You are my little panda bear, I love you. Yes, I do, and all the funny things you do. I love you. Yes, I do. You are my little panda bear. Panda bears are rare. Yes, it's true. There's only a few, and there's no other one like you. I love you. Yes, I do. I'm gonna play one more baby song. The CD for babies is called Alphabet, and this next song is called Alphabet. A is for apple, B is for butt, C is for cat butt, D is for doo-doo, E is for elephant doo-doo, F is for fart, G is for gorilla fart, H is for huge gorilla fart, I is for eyeball, J is for jammies, K is for kid fart, L is for loud and long farts, M is for monkey butt, N is for saying night, night to Nico at nap time, O is for O, P is for panda, peeing and pooping in her potty while Papa plays peekaboo, Q is for Cooper, R is for robotic monkey who's going to take over the world, S is for stinky, T is for turd, U is for uh-oh, V is for flying V, W is for wee wee, X exactamundo, Y is for yucky and yummy and you, and Z is for farts that smell like the zoo. Okay, let's see. Now. So, I'm Kimya, this is David. We haven't played together in a long time. The last time we played together was 2 winters ago in New York, and he was in New York, and I was playing a show, and he came to play some songs with me, and right as we were about to walk on the stage, I looked at him and said, "I'm pregnant." And then we had to go and play the show, and we couldn't even talk about it. So. And then we didn't see each other again until just the other day. This is nice. Because now it's like, I've got this awesome kid. She's going to crawl on the stage during the show. Okay. It seemed like everyone I knew was dying. I looked in the mirror and I was on fire. Somebody yelled out, "Hey, stop, drop, and roll." Said that might save my skin, but it won't save my soul. That might save my skin, but it won't save my soul. You swallow hard and you bottle it up. Try to pretend you're a half-full cup. Believe what they're feeding, you're eating it up. While I'm reading books about how they're corrupt. I'm reading books about how they're corrupt. He says he's protecting us, but he's a liar. And I know deep down that it's down to the wire. My heart will stop if I put out the fire. As long as I'm burning, I'll keep on yearning to save the world. Not sure how, but I'm learning. Since what they call the beginning of man, blood has been shed for the rape of the land. They call it civilized, I call it crap. Our only hope is to look further back. Our only hope is to look further back. If we really want for this world to survive, we'll just take what we need to stay alive. It's a mistake to just take and not give. It's not true that we must murder to live. It's not true that we must murder to live. He says he's protecting us, but he's a liar. And I know deep down that it's down to the wire. My heart will stop if I put out the fire. As long as I'm burning, I'll keep on yearning to save the world. Not sure how, but I'm learning. I'm telling the truth the best way that I'm able. I'm placing my cards all face up on the table. It's okay to be scared, you don't have to act tough. Just take all that pain and turn it into love. Take all that pain and turn it into love. And let your emotions be fuel to your flame. Being on fire will keep you awake. If somebody yells out, hey, stop, drop, and roll, say that might save my skin, but it won't save my soul. That might save my skin, but it won't save my soul. We've never played this song together. It's a little confusing, but I think you can figure it out.
I know, I spilled my water. It was such a mess, huh?
I'm such a baby. Have you ever had a dream that your favorite baby's drowning and you grab him by his sweater sleeve, pull him up onto the ground? You can hear the water slosh around inside his tiny gut, push his belly up and down, but he can't cough the water up. Suddenly a flood comes out his mouth till there is nothing left inside of him. He's empty now, there isn't even one small breath, and he goes limp in your arms. All the people's mouths are moving, all you hear are car alarms, and you wake up and start to cry. I will lose my shit if even one more person I know dies, so please don't die. Sad song. My mom's sick, she's in a hospital bed. I've got a word for all you ghosts in her head, and all you skeletons in her closet. Leave her alone, leave her alone, leave her alone. I want to see. Because my mom needs you gone. My mom needs you gone. As long as she is haunted, she'll never get strong. My mom needs you gone. You traded all your paper clips for a soap dish that way. Your best friend's rubber ducky wouldn't slip and slide away, but he traded his rubber duck for a cigar box to place your paper clips in. Mr. Hooper came to say, oh, my dear friends Bert and Ernie, here's a little something, I don't remember, here's a little something for each of you from me. She's too cute. Here are your paper clips and here's your rubber ducky. How could I ignore such selfless generosity? Human body's made up of good and bad bacteria, but the antibiotics, I don't want to hear this part. The antibiotics and the antibacterials are killing all the good ones. The bad ones just get stronger, become super infections. It's harder to destroy them and it's harder to detect them. And there's something in her blood, and there's something in her leg, and there's something in her brain. My mom's sick, she's in a hospital bed. I've got a word for all you ghosts in her head, and all you skeletons in her closet. Leave her alone, 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 please, because my mom needs you gone. My mom needs you gone. As long as she is haunted, she'll never get strong. My mom needs you gone. My mom needs you gone. city really like a graveyard. They all ask me and I say, well, it was last week, but man, that was in the past. See, I stopped going to the places where the people act so nasty and pretentious, cause I'm happy sitting with my friends in sidewalks singing songs. And some people are still standing in the way of where I'm going, so I say, please excuse me, step aside or keep on moving. And I guess they sense that my momentum meant that I was winning, but I'm only just beginning, and I'd rather go with friends than go alone. And some people grab my hands, and some people grab my shirt. Some people race ahead to see if they can get there first. Some people stay behind because they've got something else in mind. Whatever you decide, if you are true to you, you're gonna be alright. Like Akita, he's a father now, he was in love with Amber. Their baby's name is Skylar, he's the baby of the summer. I wonder as I wander if I'll ever settle down, or if every day I'll take my roots uprooted en route to another town. I was sitting on a couch somewhere watching VH1 when I found out that Bruce Springsteen is his mother's only son. I'm my mother's only daughter. We were both born to run, but even he says it's amazing raising babies in the place where you come from. But I am a rock tumbler, I've got rocks inside my head, and just because they come out shining doesn't mean that I'm Neil Diamond. And I guess that my worst nightmare is your very favorite bar. When I'm worth my weight in shell and slate, I'll know that I'm a super duper star. I'll be a great big ball of burning gas, sitting on my big fat ass, sipping Cristal Light beside a plastic wading pool. And the next day I'll be somewhere else. Part of me will hate myself, part of me will know deep down that I am pretty cool. The part of me that knows I never cared for being cool. The part of me that knows I never cared for being cool. The part of me that knows I never cared for being cool. The part of me that knows I'm really scared of being cool.
Is that okay? I keep like lifting the guitar up. I feel like it's getting farther away from the microphone. Can you hear the guitar okay? Okay. Good.
My mother says that rain is angels who are crying up in heaven. And I believe that, cause when sad things happen, it starts raining. It's been raining. It's been raining for a while now. It's been raining at least 40 days. And I've been crying since the first time someone I loved passed away. I'll build an ark inside my body in a bottle and disappear, 'cause my soul is drowning, missing people that I wish could still be here. But it won't stop raining, and I can't stop crying. My friends keep dying. It's been raining for a while now. It's been raining at least 40 days. And I've been crying since the first time someone I loved passed away. It's been raining for a while now. It's been raining at least 40 days. And I've been crying since the first time someone I loved passed away. a song about having your heart broken by a total nerd. My heart is on my sleeve, my head is in the sand. I said, how did we end up here? You said happenstance, and I didn't understand. So I made other plans, and I ran to the ocean, washed the blood off of my hands. I washed away my tears, washed away 10 years, washed away the empty space in between my ears. And you said, all that I mean is that you and me didn't meet because of fate, but rather probability. And you said the truth's like corn and lies are like weeds. You said the Schrodinger equation collapsed perfectly. And I said, mercy me, be patient please, cause I don't know a goddamn thing about the birds and the bees. I just know what I'm like, and I'm like what I see, even though it's hard to see because you just blinded me. And if there's one thing I learned in chemistry, it's that the gain of electrons is reduction, obviously. But you can't see electrons without machines, and you can't tell from my inflection if I'm being mean. And I don't know if I can take you seriously. Sometimes elections depend on the absentees, and my family and my friends and all the little kids that love me make me strong. And no matter how this ends, I know I'll never, ever, ever be alone. Someday I'll be an old lady with a big dress and an apron, a babushka and bare feet. I'll be out in my garden on my hands and knees, singing a song that is really sad and sweet. Mommy and Daddy, your baby is grown, and the smell of the cold wet dirt reminds me of home. My head is pounding, I can't stop the pounding. I think it is going to explode and kill everybody who's in close proximity to this place I call my home. And they'll make a moving made-for-TV movie for a lifetime all about my life. That ends with an epitaph, one that will make you laugh, that says, great mom, okay wife. And it'll be funny to the people who know me, who know if my body's not burned, my soul will spend an eternity in misery, tethered and bound to this earth. So I'm not a dick or a stick in the mud, always ruining things for my friends. I mustn't forget when I see the sunset that tomorrow it will rise again. So I tattoo instructions on my ass that say, don't ever put this body in a casket. Burn it and put the ashes in a basket and throw them in the Puget Sound. I don't ever want to be underground. Oh no. Oh no. I'm wearing size 13 basketball shoes and lavender fishnets. I'm freaked out and fucked up, and I'm standing alone in an alley with you, wanting to show you a cure for your hiccups, but instead I close my eyes. The needles are numbered, so I'm writing you letters, and I cannot disguise the fact that I'm nervous when we are together, and so I fantasize that the nights will get shorter and the days will get better. I feel a kick inside and sigh. If this is a girl, I'm naming her Heather. She'll look just like you, but her hair will be feathered. She'll say how you died before you ever met her. Her hair will be feathered. can't stop the pounding. I think it is going to explode. There are plus and minuses to sinusitis, like sometimes I get to go home. But mostly it hurts so bad, I think I'm dying. I just blew my nose, now I feel like crying. And the dreams I have are all of my past lives, when the seizures would paralyze me in the night. And I'd wake up clutching my teddy bear tight and drooling and trying to turn on the light. All I can do is hold fast and sit tight. But what if they forget? 'Cause you know they just might. So I tattoo instructions on my ass that say, don't ever put this body in a casket. Burn it and put the ashes in a basket and throw them in the Puget Sound. I don't ever want to be underground. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, let's see how this one goes.
I dreamed of thanks studying for persistence of time. Back when Steve and Eva died, that album changed my life. Was a package of pure darkness tied up with a silver string, delivered by a fast train, rearranging how I think. He said, I can't believe you even know that I exist. I've got all of your albums and I think you are the best. He started to cry and I started to laugh. I gave him a hug and he gave me his autograph. Reeling in my disbelief, I know that it was just a dream. All the covers that I see are different from the books I read. Everything is crumbling around me. Why does everything cost so much money? Could somebody please help out my family? My mom needs hearing aids, new shoulders and new legs. My dad needs a break, he works all day every day. My brother needs a place and a job where he can make enough money to take care of his baby. Here's a simple dissertation on a complex situation. Money and intimidation and mass graves make strong foundations for the giant corporations that own all the TV stations, telling us to take vacations to their big theme park plantations rather than to hearts of nations where we might meet people on the street who say, I don't want my MTV 'cause it brought Viva to its knees, and mom and pop are begging, please, globalization's killing me, while we think that they think they need all of the things we think we need, like Martha Stewart, shams and sheets and sugar-free powdered iced tea, vanilla, Coke, lemon, Pepsi, Friends episodes on DVD. I went to see the doctor of psychiatry. Weapons of mass instruction finally broke me. He said, act your age, don't be afraid, take 2 of these, now listen real hard. Put down that guitar, don't be a retard, be all that you can be. The things he said I could be were laid out right in front of me. Would I choose deep fried apathy, McNuggets where my balls should be, or supersized conformity? I walked away and I'm still me, free to go fucking crazy, free to know why I'm angry. 1 and 1 and 1 is 3, and you and me is all I need. Singing songs, drawing cocks, picking locks to lock doors, find deflated hearts, and pump them up.
Do you want to hear the alternate ending?
made an alternate ending. It goes, singing songs, drawing hearts, picking locks to lock doors, find deflated cocks, and pump them up. Thanks. Me and Angelo and our friends and Ancy, the kids from Coming Soon in Bear Creek, and some other friends of ours recorded an album together called Ancy Pants. And we have some LPs of that album with us. I'm going to play one of those songs. David hasn't heard them yet, so, but it's only 2 chords, so you'll probably figure it out pretty fast. You know, or you could just like chill out and enjoy it.
Okay.
It's a song that I wrote for kids, and I was just talking to Jeff and Nadja, Sadie's parents, about how it's really, like how we all owe our parents a really big hug for freaking out, even though it made us really mad that they would freak out and be really protective of us, because then when you have a kid, you're just like totally scared of everything. We were just talking about how like, wow, maybe those leashes like that they put kids on aren't such a bad idea, and like, yeah. Yeah, like just everything becomes really scary, but I don't want like, I don't know, I don't want my kid to grow up to be like a total pussy or anything either, so the song's not for the parents, because the parents have to worry, but the song's for the kids. You gonna dance? Yeah, she looks mad and tired.
She wants to dance.
She can dance, yeah, come on. Okay. The song's for the kids, man. Sadie, the song is telling you not to let your dad keep you down. Henry Kelly climbed to the top of the tree. He was only 4 or 5. He took his big wheel to the top of the tree and tried to take a ride. Henry Kelly fell and screamed like hell as his body bounced off the branches. He fell from the top of the tree to the ground, and there wasn't a tooth in his mouth when he landed. And the grown-up said, "Oh, Henry, Henry Kelly, don't you see you could have died?" But the kids said, "Henry Kelly, you're our hero. You can't tell if something's possible if you don't try." I have no idea what's happening. I just want to watch her dance. I want to watch her chase the light. Henry Kelly waited for his big teeth to come in, then he grew up and he is fine. And unless you've heard the story told, you might not even notice that he has a crooked smile. So all you kids with overprotective parents, now listen here to me. Go out and try stuff, get dirty, get hurt. That's the line of the song, is like, go get hurt. Get dirty, get hurt, don't be so scared of everything. And the grown-up said, "Oh, Henry, Henry Kelly, don't you see you could have died?" But the kids said, "Henry Kelly, you're our hero. You can't tell if something's possible if you don't try." Kids need to see that kids can be kids and maybe get hurt sometimes. They might break some bones or lose some teeth, but they hardly ever die. I hope that legend still gets passed from kid to kid these days, about the crazy stunts tried by other kids both long ago and far away. Like the one about the girl who made the plastic parachute, jumped off the roof and broke her knees. Or how Gerald Maguire lost one of his balls when he flipped his ATV. Or how Henry Kelly climbed to the top of the tree. He was only 4 or 5. He took his big wheel to the top of the tree and tried to take a ride. He took his big wheel to the top of the tree and tried to take a ride. I feel like I'm one of those like old TV shows that like I'm just not like super like popular anymore, so you just bring a baby or like a dog or like a monkey in clothes or something. Everybody's like, "Oh, maybe I do want to watch this."
He's looking at a monkey and clothes. Oh, where are we? Where are we? Oh yeah, this one. I haven't played this song in a long time, but how does it go? Oh yeah, this is a song I wrote for David, and it's kind of a rip-off of one of his songs. I hope I don't screw it up. I said, David, put that 7-inch on, the one about loving bad boys and then dance with me. He said, silly ass bitch, that's my favorite song. Put it on and we danced around like monkeys. Then when we couldn't move, we played monkey ball too. It's a good thing to do when you're done touring. There's Mimi and Gone and platforms to land on. In the next room we heard Andre snoring. So we took the dog for a walk in the park, and we walked and we didn't say anything, at least that I can repeat, 'cause all we did was talk shit about people that we think are boring. The phone rang, it was Nem, and he was at the pop, and he said, hurry up, hang out with me, and we did, 'cause I like the poppin' open mic, and Nem and David was the MC. And we sang songs all night long, and we danced. We sang songs all night long, and we danced. In France, I like France, Lolita, and Clementine. Don't go to shows, but they're hip to the scene. Jailbait, late for school again. Label Duke and L-Boy die, duking it out for a piece of the pie, and I finally got mine, the lemon meringue kind. Me and my friend Lisa B, girls being girls at the Monoprix again. Shopping trip in Bordeaux, shopping trip in Bordeaux. Well, they were lost in the mist, and they didn't have time to see what I could see, and it hurt me. And they were driving around with the stereo on, and there was nothing on the air to relieve me. And you were sitting in the back, and in the mirror I could see you were pointing your guns towards me. And I knew from the start that your heart was mine, too sick a person to marry me. Sheer wonder, baby, 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 sheer wonder, baby. Loose lips might sink ships, but loose gooses take trips to San Francisco, Dulwich Disco, check to be hottie. Do it for Scotty, do it for the living and do it for the dead. Do it for the monsters under your bed. Do it for the teenagers and do it for your mom. Broken hearts hurt, but they make us strong. And we won't stop until somebody calls the cops, and even then we'll start again. Just pretend that nothing ever happened. We won't stop until somebody calls the cops, and even then we'll start again. And just pretend that nothing ever happened. We're just dancing, we're just hugging, singing, screaming, kissing, tugging on the sleeve of how it used to be. How's it gonna be? I'll drop kick Russell Stover, move into the starting over house. No Matt Rouse and Chester watching me achieve my dreams. And we'll pray all damn day, every day, that all the shit our president has got us in will go away. While we strive to figure out a way we can survive these trying times without losing our minds. So if you want to burn yourself, remember that I love you. If you want to cut yourself, remember that I love you. If you want to kill yourself, remember that I love you. Call me up before you're dead, we can make some plans instead. Send me an IM, I'll be your friend. Shysters live from scheme to scheme, but my fourth quarter pipe dreams are seeming more and more worth fighting for. So I'll curate some situations, make my job a big vacation, and I'll say fuck Bush, fuck this war. My war paint is Sharpie ink, and I'll show you how much my shit stinks and ask you what you think, because your thoughts and words are powerful. They think we're disposable, well both my thumbs opposable, spelled out on a double word and triple letter score. And we won't stop until somebody calls the cops, and even then we'll start again and just pretend that nothing ever happened. We won't stop until somebody calls the cops, and even then we'll start again, just pretend that nothing ever happened. We won't stop until somebody calls the cops, and even then we'll start again and just pretend that nothing ever happened. We won't stop until somebody calls the cops, and even then we'll start again, just pretend that nothing ever happened. We're just dancing, we're just hugging, singing, screaming, kissing, tugging on the sleeve of how it used to be. Song I wrote first when I first learned how to play guitar.
What? You don't know? Okay. What do you want me to play?
Oh, she wants me to play Bobbio again.
Pipio? Fabio or Pipio? Fabio? Yeah.
Okay. This is not the first song I ever wrote. And I already played it, but I don't care. Bobbio, Bobbio, skinny younger brother of Fabio, rode his horse down to Mexico. Oh, Bobbio. His horse's name was Rambo, but Rambo was really slow. How slow was he? He didn't go. Oh, Bobbio. Yeah, everybody sing Oh, Bobbio, because that's how it is on the CD, so she'll like be like, what's happening? Yeah. Okay, right, okay. Got a job in a hotel in Mexico. No, got a job in a hotel in Mexico, teaching water aerobics in a sombrero. All the old ladies sure thought he was a pro, doing jumping jacks in his pink Speedo. Oh, Bobbio. He did something naughty, what it was we'll never know, but the hotel owner said, man, you gotta go. Take your bathing suit and don't forget Rambo. Oh, Bobbio. Bobbio, Bobbio, skinny younger brother of Fabio, rode his horse down to Mexico. Oh, Bobbio. Oh, Bobbio. Oh, 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 oh. Bobbio. This is the first song I wrote. Silver pink ponies flying over me. You may feel strange while you are an angel, stuck in tight pants, stuck at a high school dance, stuck doing people things, not knowing you have wings. You are my serenade and you are my lemonade. You are my soul, throw it all out the window. You are my training wheel and you are my chamomile. You are my friend, so come again some other day. You are my pantomime and you are my moonshine. You are my sunshine, you are my shooting star. You are my elbow, you are my buttercup. Spoonful of puppy cat, belly full of kitty pup. Pretty, pretty baby, tin toy maybe. X marks the spot and it's not what they expected. Sing that song again, the one that makes me cry when she walks into the room and you don't know what to do. Every step of every day, I love you, every single one of you, whenever you get in your own way. I love you, you love me too. No pain anymore, nothing to feel sorry for. Heaven is right here, heaven is everywhere. Look at the trees, dancing in the breeze. Feel the raindrops on your knees. Silver pink ponies flying over me, flying over me, they're flying over you too. Silver pink ponies flying over me, flying over me, they're flying over you too. Silver pink ponies flying over me. You may feel strange while you are an angel, stuck in tight pants, stuck at a high school dance, stuck doing people things, not knowing you have wings. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to sing that part, right? You are an angel. You are an angel. You are an angel. You are an angel. Do this weird thing. I want to sing two of my brother's songs really fast. They're really short because my brother can't write long songs, but I just thought about them. Sorry for throwing me for a loop like that, but I really like my brother's songs, and I wrote that last song for him and a couple other people who really were helping me out, and so I want to sing his songs really quick, if I can remember how they go. I had this girl and she used to be my world, always had my back whenever things got rough. She made me beg and then I'd grab onto her legs. I didn't like, they went all the way up. And I was giving her the best that I could, but I guess my best just wasn't good enough. So I explained myself and I thought she understood. I didn't know she had already given up. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way up. All the way, all the way, all the way up. Now I sit and I think and I fight my urge to drink and sink my sorrows down into the bottom of a cup. I found that I was lost and in my bed I turn and I toss, but when you fall down you've got to pick yourself back up and do it all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way up. All the way, all the way, all the way up. All the way. Thanks. Other song that I've been thinking about a lot because I don't know if you guys heard about the Canadian professional wrestler who killed his 7-year-old son and his wife and then killed himself. Well, it's weird because my family, like, we've all been watching wrestling since, like, I was a little kid, and even though I know it's, like, really, really fucked up, like, I still get, like, really emotionally affected by things that happen involving the wrestlers, and so, because they're like superheroes and supervillains, kind of, and it's like, no way, like, Batman wouldn't do that. So my brother has sort of the same problem of being like too attached to wrestlers, and so this is a song that he wrote. Most of his songs are about wrestling, but this is my favorite one that I know. I don't even know how to play it on the guitar, I'm just gonna sing it. It goes, Randy Savage, Randy Savage, Macho Man, Macho Man. When I first saw you go to the top rope, you dropped the elbow and it really gave me hope that one day you would be pinning me down to the ground with your big sweaty body. Macho Man, Macho Man, me and you, the things that we could do, you and me, between the sheets. Macho Man, you're such a macho man. Thanks. Okay. I wrote this one. We switched to Jay Leno from the Ali G show to see some kids that we know do what they do on TV. Sometimes I wish I was there, but mostly I just don't care. Crying, laughing, forth and back, it's all good comedy. And there's no rhyme or reason for the changing of the seasons. Yeah, I just got distracted because we've been talking about this is like the most fucked up summer ever. And this is about fucked up weather. Okay. There's no rhyme or reason for the changing of the seasons. Sometimes the winter lasts for months, sometimes it lasts for days. The world is an amazing place, gaping holes in outer space. Sunburned for the first time, skin is peeling off my face. And Bruno said what Anders said, some producer said to young Lennon, they can't all be ballads, Julian. And Bruno said what Anders said, some producer said to young Lennon, they can't all be ballads, Julian. Open up your eyes and see the beauty over there. Open up your ears and be surprised by what you hear. Cause it's not just on the radio, it's not just on the video. It isn't all downloadable, there's music everywhere. And the fact that they divide us should be enough to unite us. We are the world, so boys and girls, let's all collaborate. Cause when we play together, we won't notice the bad weather. Like flashlight tag when it's real cold or kickball in the rain. And Bruno said what Anders said, some producer said to young Lennon, they can't all be ballads, Julian. And Bruno said what Anders said, some producer said to young Lennon, they can't all be ballads, Julian. Get out there and be seen, you're lean and clean. there and be seen. You're lean and clean. You're barely 19. You're a singing machine. Get out there and be seen. You're lean and clean. You're barely 19. You're a singing machine. Get out there and be seen. You're lean and clean. You're barely 19. You're a singing machine. Doesn't matter what you look like. Doesn't matter what you sound like. Doesn't matter if they like you. Just remember to be kind. Tell someone you miss them. Tell someone you need them. Tell someone you wish you could be with them all the time. Sounds silly, but it's not a game. Making music makes me sane. I sing away my pain and everything turns out okay. Now I'm not talking fame and glory, cause that's a different story. The story is about how truth and love can save the day. And Bruno said what Anders said, some producer said to young Lennon, they can't all be ballads, Julian. And Bruno said what Anders said, some producer said to young Lennon, they can't all be ballads, Julian. And Bruno said what Anders said, some producer said to young Lennon, they can't all be ballads, Julian. And Bruno said what Anders said, some producer said to young Lennon, they can't all be ballads, Julian. They can't all be ballads, Julian. Coffee filters. They just make me want coffee. And I get really, really bad if I drink coffee. Really bad. Like I'm like breaking windows, like smashing things. No, I just talk too much. I had coffee yesterday. How does the song go? Can I just tell you? I put new strings on this guitar yesterday, and I've had this guitar for 5 years and never changed the strings because I never break strings, so I just leave them on. And then I was playing in the UK the other day, and I could see like that there was dirt on the strings that went all the way from the string to the whatever you call this wooden part, the neck. And so we changed them, and it feels so good to play clean strings. Who knew? I feel like I should wash my hands. It's probably not all I should wash. I didn't mean to say that. Beer I had for breakfast was a bottle of Mad Dog, and my 20/20 vision was 50% off. You said punch Buggy red and punch me right in my left eye. I said don't you mean digital, and I lit his house on fire. He came home on acid, I was holding his shotgun. I was dressed like Tina Turner and beyond Thunderdome. He said don't shoot, I said I won't, I love you, you're my friend. I handed him my wig and shot myself in the head. Then I stuffed a box of tissues in the hole in my skull. I got in my Mazda and I drove to the mall. I got a big Johnson shirt and some silicone tits. When I pulled out the tissues, they were covered with shit. And the beer I had for breakfast was a box of cheap white wine. The boombox on my shoulder was a box of clementines. I ate every single one without noticing the mold. You said you're gross, my darling. I said no, I'm rock and roll. Even though I'd never ever been in a band, I got cool as black ice tattooed on my hand. And the Christians gave me comic books as if I would be scared of burning in hell. Well, I was already there. And the beer I had for breakfast, silver bullet to the brain. And the beer I had for lunch was a bottle of Night Train. The beer I had for dinner was my crazy neighbor's pills. We had to sit down on skateboards just to make it down the hill. Then I peed my pants and he stole the groom's cigar. And some old man made me watch him masturbate locked in his car. When I got back to the apartment, you were face down on the floor. You said don't go to bed yet, let's go get a 64. And the beer I had for breakfast was a pint of Jim Beam and a fifth of peach schnapps and some warm Sunny D. And you said bottoms up, just as I bottomed out. I tried to scream fuck you, but blood was pouring out my mouth. Evan Dando never planned on telling you the truth. And your Leonardo ID card is your fountain of youth. You can be a teenager for your whole fucking life. Just find some pretty sucker and make that bitch your wife. I guess by now you all know my friend Danny broke his neck. He was driving home from Sirens and he got into a wreck. First I cried for him and then I cried for me. haunted by the ghost of the girl I used to be. But the rocks with holes are warm in my hands, and I bury my toes in the hot, hot sand. And the silver pink pony kisses me and says, you've come a long, long way, and you deserve to be really happy. That David wants to play it. I haven't played it in a long time. The last time I played it was at a house show in New Paltz, New York, and somebody asked me to play it, and I ended up just sitting in the chair and let everybody else sing it because I couldn't remember what to do. So maybe I'll remember. And usually I play it with a capo, but then I practiced it without one and it sounded kind of nice, so let's see what happens. I sat in the swamp with the little pink piggy who loved roller skating and playing pretend. Boy that she loved was a real snack master. The world was a beach ball and we were all friends. Then he died alone, and the last time I saw her, it looked like the Reaper had rapped on her door. She said, do you remember singing Ice Ice Baby with me, laying down on the reef bathroom floor? How could I ever forget? I could never forget. I will never forget. How could I ever forget? I could never forget. I will never forget. Jimmy and Johnny just stare at each other while their mother hangs in the Holiday Inn. Your funeral on your son's 7th birthday is the worst thing you could ever give him. I bet he'd like flowers, balloons. Oh, see, you shouldn't put your fingers in there. It's dangerous. I bet he'd like flowers. She tried to plug herself in. Bet he'd like flowers, balloons, and a card. Unconditionally yours, all my love from your mom. Much more than wearing that little black suit and saying goodbye forever to you. I don't remember the chorus. Good enough. I haven't forgotten the times that I teased you and everyone else pointed at you and laughed. Permanent damage was not my intention, but I could not foresee the aftermath of my actions. I was so small, wanted to grow in the eyes of my enemies. For a while I felt tall, but they knocked me back down. Now I'm here on my knees, looking at my face in a bed of pine needles, wondering if anyone still knows my name. I turned full circle, then another half circle, and tried to go back the same way that I came. Look alive, Dawson, your heels are dragging. Never knew anyone could move so slow. You may be a hot shot now, but you are still a cow, a big fat F. Why don't you just go home? I guess that means I did not make the team. I'll just lay on the ground and look up at the trees, the old Bedford oak, the tall evergreens. This is not a joke, this is not a dream. Not sleeping, just resting in pieces that I wish were peaches. I saw your dad later that day. Maybe he shot himself, could have been someone else. Asked me to tell you what he had to say. You don't have to end up with people who self-destruct. Go find a lover who will never leave. fear of abandonment, self-hate, and discontent will go away when you let yourself grieve and forget about me, forget about me, forget about me. How could I ever forget? I could never forget. I will never forget. I can never forget. I will never forget. How could I ever forget? I can never forget. I will never forget. How could I ever forget? I could never forget. I will never forget. We just have one more song written down, but I want to play one other one that you've never heard, and then we'll play the last one. But I just want to say thanks to Lucky Dragons. That was real trippy stuff. That was really good. So yeah. Yeah. Well, who was here the last time I played at this place? I know Pascal was.
Yes.
And you were? And the guy doing the lights was. And, well, the last time I played here, there was this guy who came on stage during one of my songs and started to rub my shoulders, and I was really embarrassed. Well, now he's my baby's daddy, so it's good to be back. And that was Angelo Spencer who played first, so. Woohoo! Yeah, I know him.
Did you know him when you rubbed your shoulder?
I had known him briefly. And then I got to know him better. Okay, so this is a song that I wrote when I was pregnant. I was like 8 months pregnant, and I played a show with the Mountain Goats, and then I wrote the song. It's about being distracted by your child. I had a show a few weeks ago. It's getting harder and harder to sing, and it is hard to focus on my guitar playing when inside a baby is kicking. At first I felt sad and scared, 'cause this is all I know how to do. Then John and Peter played standing up. Sometimes something will change, and that change will change you. Then I thought back to 6 years ago, when Brian Pilton told me to play. He gave me a car, a typewriter, a guitar. Before that, all I could do was count days. Then I thought back to before my coma, rehab in Tacoma, my junkie roommates, and all that I knew how to do was put cigarettes out on myself. I took pills and I drank. Then I thought back to when I was 15, how I was squeaky clean and I wanted to die. Feeding the homeless while combating loneliness, all I could do was keep living a lie. Then I thought back to that 12-year-old poet, how she didn't know it was what she would be. All she could do was hide under her bed, scared to death that somebody might read her diary. See, I have changed and I'll keep on changing, and maybe my songwriting will suffer, but it's okay if at the end of the day all I can do next is be a good mother. It's okay if at the end of the day all I can do next is be a good mother. So this is the last one, and then what? No. Well, I guess I could play two more. Okay, I'm gonna play two more. You guys have to help me with this one. It goes a little something like this. Fabio, skinny younger brother of Fabio, rode his horse down to Mexico. Oh, Fabio. His horse's name was Rambo, but Rambo was really slow. How slow was he? He didn't go. Oh, Fabio. He got a job in a hotel in Mexico, teaching water aerobics in a sombrero. All the old ladies sure thought he was a pro, doing jumping jacks in his pink Speedo. Oh, Fabio. He did something naughty, what it was we'll never know, but the hotel owner said, man, you gotta go. Take your bathing suit and don't forget Rambo. Oh, Fabio. Fabio, skinny younger brother of Fabio, rode his horse down to Mexico. Oh, Fabio, oh, Fabio, oh, Fabio. He's asleep. Just keep playing it over and over again. Okay, this is the last song, and then sorry if you feel cheated, like I tricked you. So after this song, I've been doing this thing at the shows that's really fun that Paul Barabo taught me, and so everybody after I play the song, just get in a big circle and hold hands. And take off your pants. Just take off your clothes, get in a circle. Okay, so thanks for coming. This has been really nice. And I'm serious about the circles. You're like, oh, haha, very funny. No, I'm serious. Okay. Oh yeah, and we all have some stuff on the table over there. I sold out of the baby CDs though, sorry. After it, you had to listen to Fabio 3 times. You can't even get a copy to take home. Too bad. You're gonna get home and be like, God, I want to hear Fabio again. Okay. When I go for a drive, I like to pull off to. Oh yeah, thanks, David. He's in this dorky little band that appeals to old people called Herman Dune. You should check them out, but it might make you feel old. When I go for a drive, like to pull off to the side of the road, turn out the lights, get out and look up at the sky. And I do this to remind me that I'm really, really tiny in the grand scheme of things, and sometimes this terrifies me. It's only really scary because it makes me feel serene in a way I never thought I'd be, because I've never been so grounded and so humbled and so one with everything. I am grounded, I am humbled, I am one with everything. Rock and roll is fun, but if you ever hear someone say you are huge, look at the moon, look at the stars, look at the sun, look at the ocean and the desert and the mountains and the sky. Say I am just a speck of dust inside a giant's eye. I am just a speck of dust inside a giant's eye. When I saw Genevieve, I really liked it when she said what she said about the giant and the lemmings on the cliff. She said, I like giants, especially girl giants, 'cause all girls feel too big sometimes, regardless of their size. When I go for a drive, I like to pull off to the side of the road and run and jump into the ocean in my clothes. I'm smaller than a poppy seed inside a great big bowl, and the ocean is a giant that can swallow me whole. So I swim for all salvation and I swim to save my soul, but my soul is just a whisper trapped inside a tornado. So I flip to my back and I float and I sing. I am grounded, I am humbled, I am one with everything. I am grounded, I am humbled, I am one with everything. So I talked to Genevieve and almost cried when she said that the giant on the cliff wished that she was dead, and the lemmings on the cliff wished that they were dead. So the giant told the lemmings why they ought to live instead. When she thought of all the reasons that they ought to live instead, it made her reconsider all the sad thoughts in her head. So thank you, Genevieve, 'cause you take what is in your head, you make things that are so beautiful and share them with your friends. We all become important. I was just thinking about, thinking about the show Made yesterday, and the girl Genevieve. Okay, when I go for it, we all become important when we realize our goal should be to figure out our role within the context of the whole. And yeah, rock and roll is fun, but if you ever hear someone say you are huge, look at the moon, look at the stars, look at the sun, look at the ocean and the desert and the mountains and the sky. Say I am just a speck of dust inside a giant's eye. I am just a speck of dust inside a giant's eye. I am just a speck of dust inside a giant's eye, and I don't want to make her cry, 'cause I like giants. Thank you.
Allez, allez. Ah, viens là. Hop, voilà. Très bien.
Okay.
C'est ça qui va la honte. Allez, oui. Ah ouais, mortel. Attention.
On fait une boule.
Ça s'enroule.
On se tenir la main.
Hein?
Voilà. Hop, on reste tenir la main.
Elle est là. I don't have any pockets. I don't have any pockets. Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Ah.